amazing speaker coming to come and teach us yet another important topic in Power BI. And before I bring him on stage or let allow him to unmute himself to come and speak to us, I would like to share a few things about him. So our speaker for today is no other than Ganu Aino. So, Mr. Ganu, I know has over 3 years experience as a data analyst. He's the data science lead at ATC Africa, a contributor to open source Python project at an
Hi,
international
Malcolm.
conference.
Sorry, Malcolm, your screen is not moving.
Oh, okay. I think I'm sharing the wrong slide. Sorry. Give me 1 second. All right. Can we see this?
Yes,
Okay.
perfect now.
All right. Sorry. That was my bad. So I'll take that again. So Mr. Ganu, I know, has over 3 years experience as a data analyst. He is the data science lead at ATC Africa. He is a contributor to open source Python project at an international conference. He has trained over 100 people across 3 different African countries just this year. And funny enough, he's also an analytics Corper workshop alumni, graduated 2023. So please welcome on board Mr. Anui. Mr. Ganu, I know. But before I bring him on stage, sorry, Mr. Eno, for wasting your time. Let me just go over the rules real quick. Remember, always pay attention. If you have questions, raise your hands or put it in the comments. We would appreciate a very interactive class. If the speaker asks for feedback, please ensure to provide feedback. If the speaker asks for reactions, please provide your reactions as well. So that at the end of the day, we'll have an interesting interactive class that benefits both the speaker and benefits you as well. So, Mr. I know the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, good afternoon. Mr. Malcolm, please, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Aino. We may not be able to respond good afternoon because all other people are
Okay.
muted. But yeah, we can hear you
Okay.
clearly.
Okay. Thanks for the warm introduction. So, my name is Ganil Aino, and I am a data analyst. Also, last year, I was in this seat training on how to be a data analyst. So, it's nice to have you all here on this session. So, today's meeting, we will be talking about Power BI service, which we usually understand as Power BI on the web. So our agenda is going to be, we are going to talk about the introduction to Power BI service, the need for it. We will talk about workspace. We will talk about publishing reports. We will talk about something called schedule refresh and maybe summary of it. So let's pick a scenario whereby you have a report in your Power BI desktop like this. Please, if you can't see my screen, please let me know, Mr. Malcolm. So you have a report in Power BI desktop like this, and you are working in a big organization. So maybe I might want to share it with Mr. Malcolm or any other person on this group. So, but this report right here, we have designed it on Power BI, and this is the Adidas US sales data set. And if you go to Mr. Adewale Yusuf YouTube channel, you are going to see this playlist there. So now I want to make sure I will be able to share this report because the essence of making a dashboard or report is for us to be able to share it to the users of it, maybe the end user. So we have a situation like that. And On Power BI desktop, the only option we have is maybe screenshot some of the image, put it in a PowerPoint slide, or share the data and export it out as Excel, be as PDF, maybe export it as PDF, sorry. Maybe we can export it out as PDF or Power BI templates. So, but now we want to send these reports over on the internet. We want to be able to manage our users and do a lot of cool things. So, initially, based on the training we have received for the past few weeks, we started seeing that Power BI, designing a dashboard or report in Power BI, majority of the time we start with Power BI desktop. And that's where we do our data transformation, we clean our data, we write DAX, and we build the amazing visuals we want. Later, we transition into Power BI service. And in the Power BI service, which is online, and to create Power BI service account, you will need a school account or a work account before we usually see a developer account, but due to some technical issue, which I don't know about, we are not able to create that again. So maybe you publish your data set to Power BI service. You might want to share the data to people using mobile app, or maybe send it to their email, or send it to everyone that have access to the link. It's more like you sharing your file that is on Drive to people. So you will have can edit or cannot edit, and maybe only the people that you put their email in the link in the permission settings on your Google Drive, we have access to it. So that's how the development on Power BI is. And also, just a brief overview from Microsoft billing page. There are different type of Power BI accounts, which is four. We have a free account. Even though this is free, you will need the Microsoft 365 account in order for you to create this free account or a school account. And you have a Power BI Pro. And on this Power BI Pro, you will have access to publish your reports online. Publish your report means the report on your Power BI desktop here, you will be able to put it online there, and users of the report can have good access to it. And it is included in Microsoft 365. And also another features of this is it only has 8 refresh per day. Maybe you create a refresh for it. You can only refresh any report or dashboard in it, maybe 8 times per day if you schedule it. And we have Power BI Premium per user. It includes the features of Power BI Pro, and this give one of the more selling point of this is if you have Power BI Premium per service, you can work with large amount of data model or semantic model, because Power BI Pro, I think the highest semantic model you can work on there is 1 gig. But with this, you can work with 100 gig of data, 48 refresh rates. Let's leave the features behind. We have Power BI embedded. So this is more like you having a Power BI that is customized to your company page or company design, and you can put it on your website and claim it as your own software. So now, if we want to work with Power BI service online, we usually create one thing first, which is called workspace. So count workspace as a folder. when you want to put a file on your desktop, you put that file in a folder first. When you put that file in a folder, then you start putting the files there. So exactly the same here. We are going to do a live demonstration of how we can publish a report to Power BI service. If I click on publish now, it's going to ask me for a workspace. So this report is like a file in the workspace, and we are going to store our data models or semantic models there. All this Power Query, the model view is going to be stored on the semantic, on the workspace. Everything is going to transition there. So we have a complete folder that comprised of all these dashboard we have here. So like I said, if we are sharing data on our OneDrive or Google Drive, you will have somebody with that is the owner, so which in Power BI case is called the admin. So the admin is very powerful in workspace rules. So he can delete, he can update, add or remove people, including other admin. You know, this is the person that creates the report. And he can say, okay, I might not be available, so I can add other people to assist me in the dashboard designing and editing of the semantic model. So the admin has that power. So after the admin can add members. So those one, their permission will not be much. Maybe they can give them publish or non-publish. So they can change permission for an app. So an app is just like something in Power BI that comprised of maybe collection of different reports that is targeted towards different audience. An app is just like this. Let's just say this page here now, I make sure is created for people that are buying Omo. This page here, I create it for people that are buying Milo. So if I group all this together, it's called an app and the data model. So the contributor is just somebody that I will just call, okay, we know you are good with Power BI. Come and work with it for us. Maybe you can help us to design a report and publish it. And we have the end user. So now, in case I create this report right here now, and I shared it with you guys. So, and I set it in a way that anybody on the web, if you just click on the link, you can view it. So that's also assigning user permission. Maybe if I publish it to the web, but I can add your own email. I can add your own email to this workspace rules. I can add your email and said your own is just to view anything and click on the dashboard like this, maybe the filter, but you cannot edit anything on the workspace. So that's a brief introduction of Power BI service. So Mr. Matthew, I mean Mr. Malcolm, if you can give the audience maybe a little time, maybe a 5-minute question before we proceed further to the demonstration of the technical part.
All right, that's fine. So, does anyone have a question? If you have a question, please put up your hand. We'll be giving you like 5 minutes to ask your questions. If is there anything he has said that maybe might have sounded confusing to you? Is there anything that you want to know more of before we get to a more hands-on and more technical aspect of the class? So, any questions so far? Anyone, just put up your hands and I would make you a speaker. Or if you're too shy, maybe you're shy, you can put in the comments as well. So 5 minutes. Let's try to work with that time. Or if we don't have any question, we can just proceed with the class. Okay, Mr. Aino, I think you have been doing a good job. So I think the audience is clear.
Okay.
Okay, a question. Two
Okay.
questions actually. All right. Let me make them speakers so they can ask a question. Just give me a
Okay.
second and I'll be right with you. So Rashidat will be going first. Rashida, please go ahead and ask the question.
All right, thank you very much, sir. My question is on publishing the reports. When you mean what do you mean by publishing? Is it like publishing a blog post that the general public can interact with our report, or just to a specific stakeholder?
Okay. Thanks for your question. So let's just view it from your own idea. If I publish the report now to my workspace, I have different options for me. I can say, okay, this report now, I want the general audience, anybody on the web. If I send them the link, they will have access to the dashboard and they can view it, interact with it, but they cannot edit. But if I publish it now, I can also set a permission that, okay, only the people that are in my office, that are in my company can view it. Or maybe your company is working with external business. You can, maybe your Microsoft 365 admin can add that person to your tenant and add that person into the workspace. You have to create a workspace before you can set all these permission. So that's what publishing means. It's just like this report here now that I've designed on Power BI desktop, put it online and assign different permissions to it. I hope I answered your question, ma'am.
Okay, so that means if you have, let's say we have a client that gives us a Power BI data to work on, and we have the report. Do we still have to publish it online and give them the access, or that's the part I don't understand? Do we still have to publish it and give those people alone the access, or we don't have to publish that?
Okay. It depends on your company policy. If your company is on the 3 tiles Power BI premium tiles that I've designed earlier for security purpose, and it's better for you to publish the reports in your own organization because you might be doing auditing. And if your report is in that your organizational tenant, create a workspace. Workspace is just like a folder for storing all what you have done here online. Then you can send the report to those organizations, the people in that organization that are working with the data. You can add them to your workspace, maybe give them rules, or if you just want them to only interact with the dashboard during presentation, or they want to be using it to track their sales, such as this, you can give them the viewer permission instead of giving them exporting the PBIX file out now. Because now you might need to be sending the data every time. But by doing that, maybe this data is from a database right now, and I can create a schedule refresh, and automatically this publishing stuff is going to eliminate the stress for me. You can create alerts based on this KPI here that if the profits reach over 15 million, you should send so email to another person. But that's another use case of the work publishing. Hope we are good.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Oluwa Tominsin Olatoye, you have the floor now.
Okay, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so I wanted to a clarification on the licensing and then the opportunity to be able to publish. Either to I know that with a developer's account, you can be able to work on your desktop and then publish on Power BI service. But I think I've heard you say something about the technical something that that's not possible. I want our clarification on that.
Okay. For your Power BI account, you cannot use your personal email to register on the Power BI website. So had it been that's possible, I should have asked all of us here now to go and register there. Before, there is a program called Microsoft Developer Account, which is what I'm currently using now. I don't know what happens to it. People are not able to create a developer account again. So the developer account is just for end user like me, lovers of Microsoft technology, to be able to access some certain Microsoft products, to be able to publish their work and shows what they are learning online. So, but if you have a school account, your company has a Power BI account, you can work on it. Maybe you are in an NGO, they give you a Power BI account. But on this, if I see further information on that, we are going to share the resources on the group. But for now, you
Thank
can
you.
register this with a company account and access the field trial stuff. Okay, I think that's the last question. So we'll be moving forward to signing in into our Power BI service. So I'm using Microsoft Edge. So you might be using different browser. If you have a work account, you can follow along. Just open any reports you have done before. It might not be this one, just any reports, maybe last class reports that you've done, you've practiced on. If you are fast, you can follow along. So let's start this. I'm going to go to powerbi.com. So it's loading. Why is it taking so long? Wow. Hope you guys can still see me.
Yes, you just stop sharing your screen.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm having a technical issue with my network. I'm using Teams comfortably, but my browser is not going into any tab. Let me use a different browser. I'm a little sorry for this. I just used Power BI service now. I don't know, maybe it's my network.
Mr. Eno, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, since you want to show or a demonstration of Power BI service, do you think I can share my screen if I have access to Power BI service? Then maybe you can just walk them through from my own screen. Would that work so we don't take so
Okay,
much
no
time.
problem.
All right, let me see if I
Yeah.
can access mine. Just give me a minute. Okay, let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so what you just do is that just you can continue the class, then let me know where I need to navigate. So if you want me to click on anything or show something, right? Just let me know so I can do that for you, since I'm the one in control.
Okay.
All right.
I think it's a firewall settings on my system that is blocking me. I might need to restart it. So if you can just demonstrate the overview, let me just restart my system. It's a firewall that is blocking it now. A VPN, sorry.
All
I might
right,
need to
sure,
restart my
sure,
system.
sure. No problem. Would that
And
take up to like 5 minutes? I think he has dropped off. All right. Hello everyone. Since as our speaker is having a technical issue, so he stopped at trying to demonstrate Power BI service and show you how to publish reports when you build reports or your dashboards on Power BI desktop, how they would look like when you publish them to Power BI service. So I'm just going to show you a quick demonstration. So our topic for today is Power BI on the web, and we are all aware of how we can build, and we've seen demonstrations, we worked on assignments on how we can build a report on Power BI. So when you go to, do I have Power BI open? No, I do not. Okay, this is kind of impromptu. Let me click on a report I have built in the past. Okay, which one should I open? Okay, this. Let's look at this. So this is, as you can see, I'm not on Power BI desktop. I'm on a website, which is Power BI on the web. This was a report I created on Power BI desktop, and I was able to publish this to the web. So in an organization, when I publish my Power BI report to the web, I can be able to share this with my colleagues without having to share the Power BI or the PBX file. With a simple share, you can see people in your organization with this link can view or share. I can put in their email. So this is the personal email of mine. It's not like an organization, so I can't exactly search their name. But if you're in an organization where you all are all on the same Microsoft tenant, you can quickly just search for them, maybe with like a Toby or maybe with the if their name is Malcolm, you can just search with the Malcolm and their name would appear. Like this is me, right? But I'm not going to share myself since it's just me on this tenant. You can also send it as an email, you can send it on Teams, you can send it on PowerPoint. During Mr. Gani's illustration, he also mentioned something about subscription. So if you check mine here, you see that I have a pro license. So he mentioned there was a free, there was a pro, there was a premium per user, and there was the last one. I'm currently on a pro license. So if you want to always check the license that your organization is using, you can see that here. So if you want to share your report to people outside the organization, it's also possible. But this is not recommended when you're working in an organization because again, you're working with like a company's data, but it's possible you can share this to external users. I think I'll wait for Mr. I know to illustrate that when he gets back. But again, you could also export this as a PowerPoint. you can export as a PDF. Even if it's multiple pages, you can export it as a PDF, you can export it as a PowerPoint. You could, let me see what other feature I can show you. You could embed this report in another website. You could download the file as maybe an image, or you can download as a PBIX file. What else can you do? You can chat in Teams. You can set alerts. You can set schedule refresh. You can do a lot of things on Power BI service. I'm just trying to give you a walkthrough before Mr. Aino gets back. And when you publish your reports to Power BI service, they would be hosted in something we call a workspace. A workspace, look at workspace like your file explorer. Let's say you have a file. Let me just open okay, I don't know if you are seeing this. Imagine you have a folder that contains maybe your Excel file, your Microsoft Word file, your different files, right? In that same folder. So that is like a workspace. A workspace is like a folder. When I publish my reports to um Power BI service, it stores in something called a workspace, which is like a folder. So let me just show you what that looks like um real quick while we are still waiting. So I have two workspaces, my workspace and analytics report workspace. I created this one, but when you join Power BI service, you have by default my workspace. So let me just open that for you. And in my workspace, you can see this is the report I created. This is the model for the report. When you publish a report to Power BI service, it's going to publish two things. One is the semantic model and also the reports. The semantic model consists of the data, it consists of the model you built, it consists of the transformations, it consists of the DAX. But the report consists of majorly the reports, the charts, the interactivity, the features you've implemented, and majorly the front end, right? The ones that you can see. The one that you can see. So it's going to publish two things when I publish to Power BI service. One is going to be the reports, and one is going to also be the semantic model. You can see for this project, we have the reports and the semantic model. For this one, we have the reports and the semantic model as well. So it also gives further details like who the owner of the project is. Imagine this is a shared workspace where a lot of people are working on projects at the same time. You can be able to tell who built this project, right? And you can also check the last refresh date. Like this was something I built in 2022. So refresh date is still going to be 2022. And some other details. Basically, this is just a folder, like I mentioned, that hosts all your projects. So when you can create even a new workspace if you want to, but I mean, if there is no need to, you can just use your default My Workspaces and publish all your projects here. And that way you can share to people within your organization, you can share to people outside the organization, and you can even do more collaborative work on the Power BI workspace. Okay, I think it's past 5 minutes. Let me see if Mr. Aino is back. Sorry, give me a second. Is he here? Okay, he's not back yet. You know what? Let me just entertain questions. Let me entertain questions. I don't know if I was being too fast. I don't know if anyone was able to pick one or two things. Do we have questions? Or did I confuse you more than Mr. Aina has already done? So, okay, please, I really appreciate questions. Let me know what I need to add in order to make the class better. Sorry. Let me grant you access. All right, Rashida, please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I have two questions. You
Sure.
talked about having a school email, a work or school email. So I want to know, is it like let's say rashidat.elesho@unilag.com or their own login access to Power BI? Is that what you are referring to, or just a school email?
So it should work for a school or work email, regardless of the format. It mustn't be a .unilag.com. I mean, mine is a .on Microsoft. I have also, when I was for organization I worked in before, it didn't have .on Microsoft. It had the company name. So far, a school, a registered school or work email, it should work. And you have an active license with Microsoft, it should work.
Okay, got it. The second question is when you were trying to share, you were sharing where we can put email address of people we want in our organization or the people we want to have access to it. I want to, if you want to share this report with LinkedIn, we want to share it on LinkedIn. Do we have to, put in emails and all that, or do we just copy the link and just put on our LinkedIn page?
Okay, so when you want to share this on LinkedIn, it means you are sharing with the public, right? Be careful when sharing your work with the public, because again, you won't want to share your organization's data or reports with the public. But if it's a personal project, I can do that illustration real quick for you to see. So I would need you guys interaction for this. So let me, how do you carry your files from Power BI Desktop to online web? Okay, I'll show you that. I will also show you that. While I show you how to publish, let me just be starting my Power BI desktop so that, because it might take a few seconds to load. So while that is loading, I'm sure that since you have access to your mic, can you see my screen? Can you see my Power BI?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
So let me open one report so that we can use this as an illustration. Prosper loans report. So let this open real quick so I can share the link. So for a report like this, if I come and click on share and I copy this link, right? Let me put in the comments. Let me see if anyone can access it. Can any of you open this link? Maybe is it opening? Are you having some errors? Is it asking you to log in? What do you see? Just type it in the comments. You don't have to talk. I mean, you can't talk, but just put it in the comments. Let me hear your feedback. Can you access this link? Okay, asking you to sign in. All right. I mean, it should, because it's only supposed to be accessed by people in the organization, right? So if you're not in my organization, you won't be able to access. So it's asking to download the app. You can see, but that's because, again, this link is the one that I'm supposed to share with people in my organization. If I want to make this a public link, pay close attention. I don't know if you guys have Power BI service set up already, but if you don't, you can just write down the steps. Maybe I'm Rashida, can you do me a favor? As I'm clicking,
Yes,
just
sir.
write down the steps, please, in the comments, so that, because I would have done it, but I can't be doing it at the same time. So if you want to share something like this for people in the public, the first thing you have to do is to come to File. Click on the drop down. I'm sure are you there? Are you with me? Have you written it down?
Yes, sir, I'm following.
All right, so go to File, scroll all the way down to Embed Reports. When you click on Embed Reports, it's going to open another list of buttons that you can click on. And in this, you have to come to Publish to Web Public. Publish to Web Public. If I click on this, it's going to generate a link that I can share to anybody, irrespective of if you're in my organization or not. And this is the link right here. If I copy this link and I share it in the comments, let me see if you guys can access it now. Try and open it, whether using a phone or a computer. Just try. Can you see the reports? You can give it thumbs up. You can type yes. You can type no.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So anybody else? Have you guys tried it? Okay, okay, yes. All right. So with this link now, you should be able to share this project to anybody. That's if you're, because some people like, because not some people, but it's advisable to build portfolio projects. How do you share these portfolio projects to people outside your organization or outside your school or outside your workplace? Mm, First things first, it shouldn't be your organization's report to before you go and say, they said we should go and share my company's data on LinkedIn. It's Malcolm that said it. I did not say it. Do not share what is for a company. If it's a personal project of yours and you want to display it on LinkedIn, perfect. You go to file, you go to embed this report, you go to publish to web, and you click on that. It will generate a link for you that you can use to share the report to anybody outside your organization. But mind you, if you make changes to your project, that's the main work on Power BI desktop, and you publish again, the changes might reflect on Power BI service like fast, but for you to publish to web again, it might not reflect immediately, like for that public link, because again, it's the same link, right? If I make changes to my Power BI desktop when I publish Power BI service, the link will not change. It's the same link. But before the changes reflect on that link, it might take like I think 15-20 minutes or so. But the link is not going to change. Once you generate the link once, you don't generate the link again. If you make changes to your work on Power BI desktop, just publish it to service. And once you publish it to service, give it like 15-20 minutes, all the changes reflect on the link. So somebody also asked me to show you how you can publish to Power BI desktop. Okay, my Power BI is started. Let me just open something right now. Okay, just 1 second. Just 1 second. Can you see my screen? The report on my Power BI desktop. Can you see it? Who has access to who has access to sorry. Wait though. Okay, see Mr. Ganui is here. Mr. Ganui, do you want to continue, please? Or should I just finish my illustration before I hand the mic over back to you?
You can finish your illustration, sir. So I just sorry for the technical issue.
Oh no, it happens. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just try and show them how to publish. I think someone asked the question. I just want to confirm if you guys can see my Power BI. The report on my Power BI. This employee HR dashboard. Anybody with the mic, can you just say yes or no? Let me just know if it's visible.
Yes, it is.
I can see that.
All right, all right. So, to publish this to web, all you have to do is to come to the top right of your Power BI desktop. Again, I'm on the home tab. I'm on the home tab. I just need to come to the top right and click on publish. It will ask me, do I want to save all the changes that I've made to the reports? If I don't save it, it won't be able to publish. So I need to save first. So I will say yes, save it. So now it can publish. Okay, so I'm not currently signing. That's why it's asking me this. So let me just try to sign in. Give me a second. Let me get this. Okay, I'm signed in. So once I'm signed in, I just need to click on publish. Then Power BI would already Power BI already or would go and check all the workspaces I have on my Power BI service account. And you see that I have two workspaces, like I showed you earlier. I have the analytic workspace and I have the my workspace. So if it's you that you've not created any other workspace, you only see my workspace, so which is fine. So I'll click on my workspace and I'll just click on select and it's publish. Once it's done publishing, so let me know that it has been published and I can access it on my workspace. So look at it, publishing to Power BI success. I can now open this on my workspace. So this is how you publish Power BI reports built on Power BI desktop to Power BI service. So I think I am done with my illustration and I would hand the floor back to Mr. I know. Thank you very much.
Mr.
Sign up?
Malcolm,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. The floor
you
is
really
yours.
saved the day. You really saved the day. So I think I'm still not able to access Power BI service. So for the sake of the class, I would like you to proceed and finish what you started. I'm very, very sorry for this. I think
Oh,
it's a
it's
VPN.
fine.
I use cloud a lot. It's a VPN that is causing me now. I have to reset. I've deleted everything. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I can continue. So I have a question in the comments saying, how can you have as many workspaces as possible? Yes, you can, but again, why do you need to have as many workspaces as possible? You may go and say, well, let me have one workspace per project. Why do you need to? Because it's just going to be very messy, right? You can have one workspace and you have those projects in one workspace. I think there is even a new feature. I think Power BI, I think is it July update on May that you can now have even folders in each workspace. I really wish I had learned it already. I would have just shown you guys a demonstration here, but yes, it's now possible. You can have, like I know I mentioned like a folder in your file explorer. You can have a folder. You can even have a folder in a folder, so that way you can keep your work more organized. Someone said, please walk us through role level security implementation. Hmm. We have just about 7 more minutes to the end of the call. If I start this, it's I won't be able to finish it. Trust me, it's not that easy. But basically, the idea behind role level security is simple, right? If you build a report for a team, basically, let's say you are my audience, and we are 17 on this call, right? 17 on this call. Sorry. 17 on this call. Half of 78 is 49, right? 49 of you are on group A. 49 of you are in group B. Okay, now I'm 77. Why does someone have to leave now? So, but let's just say 49 of you are in group A, 49 of you are in group B, and I'm presenting a report to group A and group B. I don't want the data I'm presenting is both sensitive to group A and it's also sensitive to Group B. I don't want when I display or publish this data that Group A can see Group B's data because I only want Group A to see Group A's records, and I only want Group B to see Group B's record as well. I don't know if you're getting my illustration. I want to publish one report, but I want when Group A enters that report, they're only seeing data that belongs to Group A. And when Group B walks into that same report as well, they're only seeing data that relates to Group B. But how would we be able to do that? That's just the idea behind relay of security. Relay of security gives me the ability to secure my data, right, by filtering the amount of data that someone sees when they walk into my report. That's just the theoretical knowledge behind relay security. If person from Group A walks in, the system can tell that you're in Group A, and it will filter the report to show you only Group A's data and vice versa. So, oh, no, I'm not sharing my screen, so don't worry. I'm just talking. So please, I've been having this issue for a while. The Power BI app runs annoyingly slowly on my PC. Please, what can I do? Can I ask the RAM size of your PC? You can just drop it in the comments. Because even when I had my previous system, it was about 4 gig RAM. I Oh, that's is powerful. Jesus. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why it should be slow, but you know what? We can always look at it after this call. Let's use this remaining time to talk about Power BI on the web. You can drop a message on the group, and I would attend to you as quickly as possible. Anybody will attend to you as quickly as possible. So any more questions concerning Power BI on the web? Anything that needs further clarification? Anything that's been confusing? What do you want me to go over with the remaining few minutes we have left on this call? I'm not sharing my screen, so don't worry. I'm not sharing my screen. If you need me to, I will, but I mean, I'm just explaining. So any questions, any confusions? Okay, someone has their hands raised. Taiwo, I'm going to give you access to speak. All right, speak to me, Taiwo.
Okay, good afternoon. Thanks for the class. So
Good
I had
afternoon,
this
Taiwo.
question. Yes, it was about yesterday's class, but I couldn't ask it because my network just logged me out. So
Okay.
I want to ask if let me say recommended, or if it is reports we do, it must just be like a single page, because there are some let's say data challenges that are going on and that they just ask for a single page. So if a client asks us to bring up a report, must it just be a single page, like a single dashboard, or according to um amount of the data, it might you can use like 3 4 pages or even more than, or it must be that it must be 1 page. You get me?
Yeah, I get your question. So one thing you should understand is that we are building reports for not ourselves, but for the end users. When you want to, I think for me personally, for me to save myself from any changes or say, oh, this is not what I wanted, because sometimes you taking initiatives might mean you are derailing from the goal of the end user. So if I want to make my report multiple page or single page, I'll have to ask my end users, oh, I see that the insights you want to see are quite numerous, and if I'm able to put them on one chart, on one page, it could clutter. Do you mind if I make this a multi-page? Or maybe I can just make it one page and I'll just need to add features like a drill through or maybe a drill down, something like that. Do you get? But this question is what you're going
Yes.
to ask your end users, because if you're doing a personal project, you are free to use single, multiple. No one is going to, judge you. But if you're doing it for a client, just ask them. It saves you a lot of stress, to be honest.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sure, you're welcome. Olajumoke, please go ahead. Olajumoke, are you there?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, please. Mine is more like a pleading and a request. Please, it's regarding yesterday class and today's class also. I was actually present. I've never missed any class. But the thing is, this one that we are not meeting up with class, and we all have different method of learning. Like me, when I'm in class, I only concentrate on the class. I don't. What do you say?
Sorry, someone called me. Please go ahead.
Okay, like me, when class is ongoing, I don't practice as we are learning. I tend to focus on the class. So since the recording will be dropped, then I watch the videos then to practice it on my own later. But now that some people are not coming to the class and we are not meeting up with the numbers that was given to us, please can you help us beg Mr. Dewale on behalf of those of us that are attending the class and that really want to gain something from this workshop, can he please drop the video for us so we can do better and make him proud of what he did? Because I actually know that he's helping us, so that's my own request. Also, plus today's class also because I know we don't meet up with 100 as requested.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Malcolm, I can dive in. The videos for this class is recorded on our Mr. Dewale YouTube channel, and I'm very sure this class session also will be pasted on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
you can follow along. The video are listed step by step, so you can follow along with it.
Yes, like what I'm talking about is that like that of yesterday on. He said if we are not up to 100 that attend the class, that he will not drop the video on his YouTube again. So that's what I'm asking. And yesterday, me following the class, I know we are not up to 100. Today also we are not up to 100. So that's what I'm asking.
We will talk to him, so don't worry on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Mr. Malcolm, you can proceed.
Yeah, I'm still here. So waiting for your questions. Oh, Mr. Dewale has said he would accept your request. So, Olajumoke, on behalf of the class, we say thank you for speaking up and begging on our behalf. Because even means I want to watch the recording. Okay, any more questions? Any more questions? And if you feel there are things you didn't understand, so feel free to join them on the group. Maybe you don't want to speak up or on the chats, on the comments. Or maybe you watch the recordings later and some things become confusing or some things don't make sense. Feel free to drop it on the group. Again, we are here to serve you. We are here to provide you with trainings to become a world-class data analyst. And for you to become a world-class data analyst, we had to bring in world-class specialists ourselves so that we can help you become world-class like the rest of us. So I hope you guys have been enjoying your training so far. I hope you guys have been learning something because at the end of the day, we cannot there's a saying that goes like this. You can't drag you if you drag a horse to a river, it won't drink water unless you can't make it drink water, you can only drag it to a river. So if all we can do is to provide you this training to teach you as much as possible to be available to help you in any problem, but you have to take that step to learn. You have to take that step to practice, you have to take that step to put in the work. And trust me, if you do that, we are here to assist you. We're here to help you become that badass that you want to be in data space. We're here to help you land that great job, right? So please ask your questions, practice, and the sky's the limit. Okay, where can I get data about health issues like the new outbreak of monkeypox to create reports? Hmm. I know a couple websites that you can get public data sets, but I don't know about the new outbreak of monkeypox. You know what? Why don't you drop down the WhatsApp group and I'm sure you'll get feedback from other moderators and speakers. They might have places where they get data from that I'm not aware of. The ones I know of, I'm not sure I can get about monkeypox. I'm so sorry. But yeah, please drop it on the WhatsApp group. I'd like to even see the answers that will be provided. Um, okay, so in it's already 5:04. Still waiting for your questions, still waiting for your feedbacks, still waiting for anything that involves clarification. Or can you tell me that you are good? If you feel you are okay with the class and you've learned something today, give me your thumbs up, give me your reactions. Okay. At what point, at what point will I publish? At what point will I publish? Will I be trained for that at my workplace? Um, at what point will I publish? Remember the aim of publishing. The aim behind publishing is for you not to have it on your local device by yourself, because again, you can't collaborate with um you can't collaborate or share reports that you built on your desktop itself. You have to publish it to the web so that you can be able to collaborate with other analysts, or with your other employees in your workspace, right? You can be able to share it with them. You can be able to, carry out some other features that relay security. So when you want to publish, you have published when you already created your reports on Power BI desktop and you want to share it with your colleagues, with your stakeholders, or you want to collaborate, or you want to carry out more features that can be found on Power BI service. Will you be trained at your workplace? Um, so I don't know if you're currently with an organization now, but if you are not, it's one of the things they might want you to know before you get that job. So you might want to practice a little bit about it and know how it works before applying. But if you're already at your workplace, which is good, I don't know if they will train you personally, but again, you want to just learn it. That's why this class is here. So we've shown you a demo on how it works. We've shown you where to click. We've shown you how to navigate through Power BI service. We've shown you how it looks like. So if you get the recordings later provided by Mr. Dewali, you can always just watch it, practice on your own end, go to our Mr. Dewali's YouTube channel, check out other resources as well. And you master it. You don't need to wait for someone to just teach you at your workplace. So I don't know if that answers your question, Mr. Sampson. Um, if the project is saved as file or exported to, let's say, PowerPoint, will slides as work? No, they will not work. They will be more static. They'll be static. It will just be like a picture or an image. You won't click on it and it will give you a drop down, or it won't move. But however, there is a way you can actually bring in your Power BI report to PowerPoint, which is beyond the scope of this class, but you can look it up. But if you export as a PowerPoint, it's going to be static. I hope that answers your question, Mr. John. Do we have any more questions? I believe in the course of our practice, more questions come up. Yes, please. If you have more questions, Mr. Gerald, feel free to share them on the group. I can see thumbs up. I can see claps. Thank you guys for your reactions. I really, really, really appreciate. So I think we're all good, right? At the end of this training, are we going to be opportunity to be licensed to use Power BI Pro? I think Mr. Dewale will provide more information to that. So just drop it on the group and he would respond. Amaka, did you have a question? I saw your hands up. Okay. I think not. I think not. Okay, any more questions? Hello, sir. Please, do you have any link for any internships? If I do, I will share on the group chat. So just be checking the platform regularly, because we'll share opportunities, we'll share resources, anything that will benefit you, we share on the group chat. So please be active on the group chat and always check your messages. Okay, thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. Um, okay. I think we have come to the end of this session. I hope you guys had an amazing time. I hope you guys learned something today, and I hope you guys learned something enough to go home and practice. Again, practice makes perfect. If you do not practice, you forget it. Trust me, you will forget it. So please go back, get the recording, watch it if you have to, practice, practice, practice. I would really even appreciate if you guys can take up tasks that are not even related to the classes. You can say, you know what, let me just do an assignment myself. Let me just put myself out there, try something new, post on the group. Trust me, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. Sure, if you have time during the weekdays, you can say, okay, let me just try to test this or test that, or just play around with something. It will really help you. Can we apply for data analyst role? Mr. John, yes, you can apply. Yes, you can apply. You can apply and you might actually get the job. Yes, because we've given you enough training, enough to land your first job. To land your first job, yes. Yes, you can. Um, it may not be as easy as I sound, but trust me, you can apply. Thank you for your amazing session. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for your time. Okay. All right. So by the power invested in me as the moderator of today's class, I hereby bring this class to a stop. Thank you so much, guys, for attending, and I'll see you in the next class. Any further questions can be dropped in the WhatsApp group, and feel free to go on LinkedIn, Twitter, and any social media platform as possible, and use the hashtags, talk about the NYSC training, the Corper workshop, so that we can have more turnouts in Corper workshop 4.0. All right, thank you so much, guys, and have a blessed day.